Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up for a new account to get amazing odds boosts every single day. Rudo and AJ coming at you as the Avs defeat Tampa Bay 3-2 in their first game back from the All-Star break. What are we calling the streak? Because it's one home win now, but they do have a 17-game point streak going still, for those who care about that type of thing.
That?
Okay.
That's what we're calling it?
Fair enough. Fair enough on that front. Look, I think as everyone on Twitter kind of figured out as this game went on, it felt like a good quality playoff hockey game for a lot of this one.
I like that every time there's a close hockey game, people are like, feels like the playoffs.
I hear what you're saying, but there's a little bit more energy when you have the Avs and Tampa playing like this.
Tonight felt like a playoff game. I'm just saying it's one of those things that I think is funny when people are like, wow, that was a really good hockey game. Felt like a playoff game. You're like,
good hockey only happens in the playoffs. Yeah, everyone knows that.
There's, 82 games across 32 teams?
Yep.
So a lot of hockey games get played.
There's going to be some bad ones in there. There's going to be some good ones, too.
The idea that the good ones happen
after every team has played that many.
I guess you're not going to go into a playoff game that's great and be like, felt like a game in the second week of February.
Felt like game 43 of the season.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I don't know. The Avs did blow out Vegas 7-1 in a playoff game last year. So who's to say?
I mean, they blew out St. Louis in game
That's
one of that
true.
series,
That's
too.
True. Look, okay, let's start here.
Let's.
Is this a big win for Colorado, or is this just a win?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a big win. I mean, look, winning is winning, right?
For sure.
The regular season is just about.
They all equal 2 points at the end of the day.
You're trying to get to enough of them. You're trying to get to like 50 to 55 of them if you're trying to win the President's Trophy.
Yep.
That's the area you're trying to get to. Nobody goes back and says, "Well, who did you beat?"
True.
Doesn't really matter as long as you get to the ones you get more than the other ones. But in reality, like, you sweep Tampa Bay.
Yep. But won both games against them.
You know,
this
like
year.
there are people that tried to pick apart Colorado's January success by
saying it was a bunch of weak teams.
Yeah, well, look who they played. Bitch, this is the NHL. It's hard to win. It's hard to win. And you look at the both teams coming in fresh, relatively healthy. I mean, if you're Tampa Bay and you got worked the way that they did by an Avalanche team that did not have Nathan MacKinnon, and you were a quarter of an inch, you were one good HD camera angle away from being down 4-1.
Yeah.
Against a Nathan MacKinnon-less Avalanche team. You want to know why we talk about the Avs going to the deadline and being like, they don't have to do anything? Because this game is a good example that they can hang with anybody in the NHL as is constructed. Across a 7-game series, you don't love their chances without Nathan MacKinnon.
No. You definitely would miss him.
The fact that they just played the game that they did without him, well, I mean, that's impressive in its own right, and there's no asterisk there.
Right.
There's no buts. But come at Easter. All right? Look, when you beat the back-to-back champs, look, at Tampa Bay, when you climb the mountain, you become the mountain.
Yep.
Every night. This is one of the few games that the Avs walked into a game and the target is on the other team's back.
Yep. It's been a lot of the Avs being the team people are gunning for.
And tonight different. So,
well,
we're talking about.
Well, part of this conversation, right, is before the break, everyone's talking about, the Avs play down. The Avs play down. They play down to all these teams. They're making these games close. They showed up in Tampa, and they brought frickin' everything. There was no, they need to get their engine started. Everybody knows the Avs traditionally, after long breaks, usually look pretty slow out of the gate. They came out in this first period and dominated this team. Shots ended up being, 24-11 in the first period, I think?
It was 15-2 after the Avs had killed
a penalty. Yeah.
15-2. It could have been 4-0.
Could have been.
4-0.
Arguably, should have been 4-1.
And it could have been, it could have been 4 to, it probably was 4-1.
Yeah.
We just don't have the camera angle because Vasi's glove, because there's no way he got to that puck in time to stop it.
Look,
I don't think.
If goalies.
I think it was in.
All right.
But I have no issue with them saying inconclusive.
Goalies aren't people.
Nice.
So.
Birds are drones.
It should be okay
Goalies
to put
people.
An X-ray machine into the net, put a little piece of bone into every puck. You can X-ray the puck through the goalie's glove. All right? It's fine. I really didn't have a problem with the EJ goal, for the record. I'm fine with them calling that a no goal and it being inconclusive.
You just don't have the camera angle to show it.
Right.
And that's what it is, but I'm of the opinion
it probably crossed the line. Was a goal. Sure, but
it is what it is.
Yep.
But the Avs, despite that, don't ever get to that fourth goal.
Yep. Still win the hockey game.
Tampa Bay never gets to the third.
Yep.
Darcy Kuemper, huge. The Avs play a really good third period. Not the kind of third period where they just sit back and get shelled the entire time. It ended up that way, of course. But they had their chances. They've now had 2 empty net situations.
Where they've choked it away.
Where they've had puck possession in the offensive zone with no goaltender and did not get a goal.
Yep. Not a great look.
hasn't cost them either time. It's been fine. They won both games. But you are kind of wondering, like, what up? Like, just finish
these games a little bit better for sure. Would be nice. I mean, you had. Well, we'll get to the last 5 minutes in a little bit. Let's go back to the first period here,
where Devon Taves turned into Superman.
Well, yes, but I want to talk about the lead up to this goal too, because you see this happen all the time in hockey, where the Avs come out guns blazing.
Yeah,
they get 3 quality chances, none of them go in.
Yeah.
And they keep pouring it on. It wasn't one of those situations where they're like, didn't go in. Things start to shift the other way.
The adrenaline wore off.
Yeah.
They were like, go,
yep.
go.
They kept pushing. And then, as you said, Devon Taves fears no man and just sends it up the middle of the ice like a beast. Gets rewarded off of a great pass. So, is he good or is he good?
Devon Taves leading that rush at 4v4 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Like, it's one thing to take your chances against the dregs of the NHL. You're fully confident you can get back and you can handle your business in that spot. Against a team that punishes every mistake, against a team that counterattacks as well as you do as a team with as much skill and as much speed up and down their lineup as Tampa Bay possesses, to have the balls. To lead, to get out ahead and just be like, I'm gone. I see the opportunity. I'm gone. And he gets rewarded for it. Kadri makes the play. Waits till the very last second to make that pass.
Yeah, he took his time.
Ran all the way out of real estate.
For sure.
Makes a great pass all the way across. And Taves finishes. Does a great job with it.
Just to add on top of you, all of that, and there's 1 second left on a 4-on-4 when the puck goes in. If they botch that, Tampa has a dude coming out of the box on the other end of the ice going the other way. And you spoke to it during the game. It wasn't even just Taves. Obviously, the Taves one gets the Avs on the board. It's great. But you're seeing EJ send it up the ice.
Yeah,
you're seeing everyone.
The 4-1 goal that wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, Alex Newhook takes Victor Hedman wide. Doesn't pull up, doesn't do anything. Leans into him and just says, I'm going. Goes all the way around. And who's crashing the net to help him with that scoring opportunity? Had it been a goal, it would have been a total garbage.
Totally.
Like, couldn't
bounced in off of
you
him.
You got 3 good breaks along the way kind of goal. Like, 100% a put yourself in position to get lucky just because you tried it. That's all it would have been,
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Like, that's all it would have been. And They did. I just, that's the identity. And if there's one thing that I love about Erik Johnson versus the Ryan Murrays and the Jack Johnsons is that EJ will still bring that element. He'll crash in
He'll
offensively
send it no
like
matter
that.
what. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll jump in there. Now sometimes you see, oh my God, what are you doing? We've seen that as well, but he does crash that net, and the entire reason that that's even a scoring opportunity for Newhook coming around the net like that is because Erik Johnson crashes in and drives the net. And what you saw an Avalanche team that when Tampa Bay tried to play physical, Cal Foote steps up and smokes Andrei Burakovsky. Val Nichushkin burns him, 2-on-1 goal the other way.
Right. They make him pay.
Anytime that Tampa Bay tried to pull some shit, tried to ante it up, raise the temperature, as I've become so fond of saying in the last month for some reason, Colorado responded to that. And this is unimpeachable. What do you say? They outplayed Tampa Bay.
Nothing. They
earned 2 points. Darcy Kuemper outplays Andrei Vasilevskiy just enough.
That's all you need.
Just
is enough. Yeah.
One goal is all the difference. If we're sitting here on the other side, it's like, oh, they fell one save short. The Avs were probably 2 saves short of sweeping Vegas last year.
Yep.
Like they were this close
to
running away with that series.
Truly.
So those you're talking, that's the razor thin margin when good teams clash like this. And the Avs once again came out on the other side. The Rangers came to town, get out of here. Florida came to town, see ya.
Yep.
Tampa Bay comes to town, take the L. They're taking on, they're all comers. Let's go. Who wants next?
They beat Boston. They beat Minnesota.
They beat Toronto.
They beat Toronto.
They beat Tampa Bay.
They
beat Florida. They beat the Rangers. When does Carolina come to town? That's all we're waiting for here.
On to the next. Simple as that.
They are, right now, the Avalanche, especially at home, are the human embodiment of that Rock meme where he's like,
no one wants that smoke right now. Nobody wants the smoke inside Ball Arena. I guarantee you that. So
it's one thing, pick up points and not play very good hockey, play uninspired hockey against blah teams. But that shit wasn't tonight.
No. This was anything but uninspired.
They geared that shit up and they kept it going. There was very little letdown.
Yeah, the engine was on till the last 6 minutes of the game. And even then, they cut the engine, but they were playing intelligent hockey to win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any. The only problem I have with the final few minutes of that game is that they have puck possession
and fail to clear,
and they don't score.
Yep.
When you have puck possession with an empty net, you can't let a dude's knee be the difference there.
I agree.
You got to make the play. You've just got to make the play.
Look, this pod is mostly sunshine and rainbows because it deserves to be.
Yeah. What criticism do you have of that game? Outside of Ryan Murray controller disconnecting,
straight up,
they have an amazing play through the neutral zone in the first period. Now that's not just on Ryan Murray.
No,
three guys straight up played Matador and said Olay on that shit.
Look, you have 3 horrible plays from the Avs. At the same time on that play, you look at Kucherov, you look at Tampa Bay on that play, and you just tip your cap. You say those dudes made a great hockey play.
Dude, made a great play.
Yeah.
And then after that, you even get a little unlucky with the second goal because Sergachev tried to just clear that puck and it hits Newhook.
Yep. And he gets to reload it.
Yeah, he gets a free shot at it again.
Oh, yeah.
And EJ coming off of
he's off the bench from a change.
Yeah, coming off the bench or coming onto the ice from a change.
And Murray just gets caught.
Ryan
that's
Murray
all.
just not paying attention to Braden Point is like, what the flying fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And I understand, Ryan Murray has played, I think he played in the last game before the break and this game.
Definitely the one.
So, I'm very open to the idea of some rust here.
Sure.
But even allowing that, it can't continue. That level of mistake can't continue.
Those are
how telling
critically massive mistakes.
How telling was it that Joe Sakic joins Altitude's broadcast during the game?
Yeah.
And he says, well, there's one area of the game. we have to improve on.
Make better decisions.
And everybody, and it's, I'm like sitting here and I'm like, I'm super curious what he's about to say. Because I'm thinking, like, is it the penalty kill?
Sure.
Is that, is it min-maxing your roster? Like, which area? And he's like, puck management when we have the lead. And then you go and you look at the two big mistakes. Now, those weren't puck management mistakes.
Yeah.
But you did see them crop up a little bit at the end there.
For
You
sure.
saw Ryan Murray again a couple of different times with the puck in his own zone, a little too casual. Jack Johnson, a little too casual.
On a night where I think a lot of the Avs were feeling it.
Yeah, a lot of those guys played really well. I'm sitting here frustrated, and I want to, berate Jack Johnson for some of the ugliness, though. But I thought also did a lot of really good things along the way.
Definitely. It's, again, there were two obvious critical mistakes in this game that you can chalk up to various things, but that's good enough. You're never going to play a perfect hockey game. And as AJ loves to say, the NHL is a league that's a league that is a race to 3.
Yeah.
And the Avs won the race to 3.
Yeah, it's first to 3 and then go from there.
Mm-hmm. So
that'll get you home
a lot of the time.
Yep.
So
hell yeah.
Nice. Congratulations
all
on the
love
new
for
baby.
For the new baby.
She's the good luck charm, confirmed. Anyway,
I don't know Canada or the United States, but the next generation is coming.
Yep. One way or another. Will AJ be rooting for you or against you? That's the question.
That's right.
Chat, I genuinely hope you got to watch this game. I genuinely hope you didn't have to jump through a bunch of hoops to watch this game in Colorado.
If you did.
I know we're all tired of it, but there is a solution to this, and it's not paying a ridiculous price for a TV thing like DirecTV. You can go to Avaca.
Or piracy.
Well, piracy is pretty affordable. I'll give it that.
But, for some people, who just want to sit down and
it just
turn
be
on
there.
a TV and it's just there, piracy is a lot of work, buddy.
It's a pain. And that's what Avaca is. Avaca is a TV service that combines internet with over-the-air broadcasts. It's just like having a normal cable box. You plug it into your TV, it works for you, and it's just $25 a month. Super easy. It has altitude. It's available here in Colorado. You can go get it right now. Save yourself money and actually be able to watch Avs games without getting a VPN, without going on to whatever your favorite site to watch the game is. It's that much easier. So if you're not going to come watch it at the bar, go get Avaca, because they make it that simple. You can check them out today at avaca.tv/avalanche. Go check that out right now if you want to get signed up. Again, just $25 a month, so it's a pretty darn good deal. It also gets you some national channels like NBC if you want to watch the Olympics and stuff like that. Okay, also brought to you by Breckenridge Brewery. By the way, hope you got your free beer tonight, fam.
What's it called? Brew for 2?
2 for a brew.
2 for a brew.
If the Avs score 2 goals in the first period of a hockey game, Breck Brew will give you your beer money back for your first beer. When you keep your receipt, all you have to do is take a picture of it, go to breckbrew.com, hit them up, give them the picture. They will refund you for your first beer of the night. So
I like it, man. I know you don't like it, but I like it.
No?
I like it, dude. It's such a good play.
It's a little bit better in a situation like that where it's a set play. I'll give you that.
Well, finish paying the bills and we'll talk about it.
All right. Breck Brew giving you free beers when the Avs play good. Why not? You might as well try and get in on it. The 2 for a brew deal is great. You can also get them down here at the DNVR bar. Highly recommend you come down to try their 8 different kinds on tap. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Landy giving the Avs the 2-goal lead in the first period. Almost coughed there. Held it together. Look, obviously the goal is great. You love scoring goals. I do not love Mikko shooting wrist shots from the point. AJ's all about it in this specific scenario where they have Landy coming across. They have it set up. They get the tip play and it works tonight, obviously. But sell me on it, AJ. Sell the people on why it's good.
So if you're watching that situation, you watch the first goal, you'll see Tampa Bay has 4 players out high, but they're not in any kind of like they're not in any particular structure.
Yep.
And the Avs know that they've got the puck. And because Tampa Bay was trying to break out and get going the other way, that did not happen, which is why they had 4 guys out high the way that they did.
Sure.
Gabe Landeskog is totally by himself, but I think the key here, the biggest part of this, is that Rantanen gets the pass from Taves and doesn't waste any time. He one-times it. And that does not allow any opportunity for anybody to look and go, hey, Gabe Landeskog's completely by himself.
Yep. There's
an actual meaningful threat to that play, and it's Gabe Landeskog, and it goes in. And anybody that's watched or gone to any Avalanche practice in the last, we're going on 10 years now, can tell you that Gabe Landeskog every day after practice works on deflecting pucks, tipping pucks in. Tell him he's not gotten to 9 20-goal seasons in his career because he's an unbelievable shooter. He gets a couple freebies every year because he could do exactly what he did on that goal. And what I liked about it is that it's aggressive, but it's smart. It's not the play that we see the Avs run so often where they win a faceoff, they drop a forward back to that spot, they have 2 forwards go to the front of the net, and they try and take the eyes away, and they've got 7 bodies in front of the net, and you throw that puck in there, and you're just going, well, I sure hope something good happens. Rantanen firing the puck in that situation, there's a clear lane to Gabe Landeskog, and Landeskog is by himself. He just has to execute. He does. Bam! You get 1 past Vasi. For me, I love that play. I have no issues with it whatsoever. Because the chance of it going wrong, the downside of it is so low in that situation. Whereas in the other situations, especially that face-off play that they run, that puck getting blocked out high, there's a much higher chance of that, and it turning into a problem. They have to have 3 guys on that blue line. If it gets blocked between Taves, Makar, and Rantanen, you should theoretically be okay. But with them having 4 guys out high and kind of scattered, they're not in shooting. They're not in the shooting lane. They're not in any kind of lane at all. You see it. There's just an ocean of space for Gabe Landeskog.
Definitely.
So there was enough. That's why I like it in that spot. And like it just worked out that way. There's no way that they're like practicing that and running it with that degree of like, well, in this spot, I think it's a really good. It's 100% easy for me to watch it in slow-mo and count the guys on the ice and go, good call.
Are we attributing this to the same thing? Are we saying that's a great read from Mikko, recognizing Landy there and throwing it there exactly for that?
Well, and I think the read from Mikko was the one-timer versus dusting it off and trying to put it somewhere.
But if he's one-timing that, he has to know Landy's coming before he has the puck.
Yeah, and I think he does.
Okay.
Because if you watch him, it looks like he sees it and he says, okay, cool, and then goes for it. And it works perfectly.
Obviously, it works.
It works exactly the way that they would have wanted it to. That's not Mikko Rantanen trying to score a goal. That's Mikko Rantanen trying to get a puck to Gabe Landeskog for him to tip.
Yep. And as you already said, look, when you're nicknamed the Man Rocket, you better know how to work the tip. That's all I'm saying. Moving on to the Avs' third goal.
Little tip top. Little joystick.
What? Yeah, I don't know what button it is to try and tip a puck in shell. I don't know.
But I'm never pushing X again. That's just how you get penalties.
No kidding. Just trips left and right.
Dude.
All right, we can have this conversation real quick. Weird reffing game.
Yeah, I mean,
not necessarily bad, but weird.
Genuinely didn't have. I saw people who were like, "Oh, the calls on Kadri were soft," and I was like, "What?"
I had no problem with them.
I thought both calls on Kadri were completely fair. I didn't have any problem with either one of them. They were both dumb infractions for him to commit. And for him to go red mist and freak out like that is like, whoa!
Back it off, bud.
Dude, you need to gear that way the fuck down.
They put the whistles away a little bit in the third period besides the random match 'em up penalty call that they decide to make on Jack Johnson.
That's a penalty on Jack Johnson and nobody else. Them evening that up was a gift from the gods. And then they gave that gift back to Tampa Bay 4 seconds later when Cale Makar gets tripped at center ice.
Oh, Kucherov just blatantly.
Yeah, blatantly trips him. And, like, there's no, like, oh, he dove or whatever. Like, anybody that's ever ice skated will be like, yeah, come on. Like, so you could definitely see where, like, hey, they did the Avs a solid by evening those up and calling some true phantom nonsense on Anthony Cirelli.
Yeah, I genuinely have no idea how they call that a penalty.
The idea that he was holding, like, yeah, like maybe his breath as he fell down, but another human being? No.
It's a weird one, to say the least.
It was a really weird evening up call, and I'm just, it sort of felt like they had been like they were trying to make a point with it, and it was like, what's the point? You could have just
no called
nothing.
It. Yeah, no call accomplishes the same thing.
That was what I didn't understand. If you were gonna just even it up, why bother?
I agree. I agree on that side. Avs game-winning goal comes from Val NIchushkin.
Makes a great play.
Gets up the ice, 2-on-1. He shoots it.
Fucking perfect.
What a shot, dude. What?
Perfect shot.
The hand, what comes after clay? Are we down to like sandy hand? I don't know.
Buddy, those straight paraffin wax at that point. Those are the softest hands imaginable. He's got baby hands at this point.
Oh my God. Been using the
No, he went to
shea
Johnson
butter?
& Johnson for all the lotion. This is turning into a fanfic. He went to Johnson & Johnson for the baby lotion, and now he's got the softest hands in the world.
And the goal was great, but I loved Val NIchushkin's game on the whole tonight, and I think this actually extends to the entire Avalanche roster. One, we've talked about it a couple of times over the past handful of games. The Avs sticks are ridiculous. This is Tampa Bay, arguably one of the other most talented teams in the league, and the Avs are just poking pucks off sticks like it's nothing. They're just getting in there, and pucks are flying.
You watch Colorado in transition defensively, and you watch with them coming back. They're not trying to hit somebody. They're not trying to blow somebody up. It's just this endless chip. It's got to be so goddamn annoying when their whole lineup, because up and down the ice, or up and down the lineup card tonight, all over the ice, offense, defense, neutral zone, did not matter. The Avs were really consistently disruptive with the sticks.
Yep.
Constantly in lane. We're always talking, good stick there, good stick there, good stick there, good stick there. I'm surprised our watch-alongs aren't just entitled good sticks.
Good stick along. I don't know. And again, it's not just Nuke. This is coming from everyone. You saw multiple great plays from Berkey at the blue lines.
Did you see the first probably 30 minutes of the game? Tyson Jost, Nicholas Abe-Kubel, and Darren Helm all just rolling together, making great play after great play.
That's not even in transition.
So sick,
You're talking about on the forecheck where they're just
their forecheck was awesome
desperate
tonight.
To take pucks away.
Like awesome. If they can play, and they won't because you just can't, but if they can play with that kind of intensity, that kind of aggression, 70 or 80% of the time, that's the best team in the NHL. Shut the fuck up. Don't come at me with anybody else.
That's it. End of story.
The conversation is over.
Okay. I'm here for it.
I don't even know what a hurricane is.
The lesser of two natural disasters.
Exactly.
That's it.
An avalanche would bury a hurricane. I mean, it wouldn't, but it would totally bury a hurricane.
All right. A hurricane would cause an avalanche. Therefore, the avalanche would...
But the avalanche can't cause a hurricane.
Right,
so
exactly.
Without the Avs, the hurricanes don't even exist?
Yep.
Wow, we did it. Science.
Got him.
The University of YouTube strikes again.
We're drifting into dangerous territory. I'll keep that one to myself. King of the game. We haven't even really touched on him because we haven't talked about the ending of the game especially. But holy shit, Darcy Kuemper. 946 save percentage.
Let me just say, Darcy Kuemper. There are 2 teams in the NHL right now that went toe-to-toe for Darcy Kuemper's services over the summer.
Whoosh.
One of them paid a hefty price, and the other one balked and said, that's too rich for our
The
blood.
team just fired their head coach.
One team is sitting atop the NHL, leading the President's Trophy race right now, with Darcy Kuemper playing the best that he has. The other team started out hot, white hot, crazy, unbelievable offensive explosion, and has now fired its head coach and is in danger of missing the postseason in the worst division in the NHL.
That's bad.
When you're able to put those, and not to say that Darcy Kuemper would completely change the story,
But it would
for
help.
the Edmonton Oilers, but don't you think he might have a little bit of something to do with the story being a little different there if he was in net every night?
Probably. Certainly, if he
It's a
plays like
reasonable
this.
assumption that this Darcy Kuemper would absolutely be having an impact.
Well, and
Would the teams be in different positions? Who knows what Colorado does
Yeah.
at goaltender at that point? Who
Who
knows?
They get extra desperate at that point, probably.
Who knows
but
what they do? But we know what happened, and we know which team stepped up,
Yep.
and which team said, we've got to have this.
Yep.
And there was a lot of criticism. I would say some of it, I don't really think it was from us too much. I think there was more just an understanding of the risk involved.
Sure.
But a lot of criticism for the Avs playing on the goalie carousel the way that they did.
Yep.
That they kind of played chicken with it and got down to the very, 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 very
Waited.
end.
Probably overpaid because of it a little bit.
Yeah, and definitely it was definitely a deep cut. It definitely hurt. If there was like a healthy Connor Timmins on this defense right now, Jack Johnson or Ryan Murray
He's not
probably isn't
playing.
here.
Yeah.
But you're talking, you have no idea what happens after that story. But we know what happens in this story so far, and Darcy Kuemper has only gotten better.
Yep.
Only gotten better. And tonight he kicked ass again.
He just beat, straight up out-dueled Andrei Vasilevskiy.
And Andrei Vasilevskiy that played a great game.
Yeah.
Like, Vasi probably gave up 4 goals tonight. And you're still not even looking at him as anywhere near like, this
Right.
is what happened.
Right. It was not their problem by any stretch. And Kuemper, the 2 big things are, you look at both the goals tonight and you go, well, what are you can't ask Kuemper to do more. The first goal, obviously, the entire Avs team
Yeah, I
gets
mean, the
roasted.
back door for Kucherov,
Yeah.
like that, like, what are you, come on. That's video game level of
Yeah.
easy.
And then the second one, Braden Point makes a great move on a breakaway and is what it is.
He has a clean breakaway, he makes a great move and just beats a goaltender one-on-one. Like, Darcy Kuemper has a chance there, but it's like a 60% chance.
Yep. It's pretty standard stuff. And then that was it. The Avs made 2 critical mistakes, and Kuemper locked everything else down.
Yep.
Including the last stretch of the hockey game where the Avs
There wasn't even a serious threat where you were like, hoo,
Right.
that was close.
Right.
He was just on it. He was great. The one post that they hit was not meaningful.
I'm not even counting it.
Yeah, it was
Like,
the outside of a post that was completely sealed with his body, so
Yeah.
it was in no way dangerous.
didn't beat the goaltender to hit that post.
No.
We'll put it that way.
No, no, it didn't even get to the goaltender. Dude.
Right. You cannot possibly ask for more out of Kuemper in a game like this. And as you already said, the meter on Kuemper from the start of January to now has gone basically from 0 to 100
Yeah,
on him being the guy for the Avs.
Yeah.
So
where you were just kind of like, all right, well, what's going on here? It's getting better. It's trending in the right direction.
Yep.
You're feeling, and now you're just like full blown like. Can Darcy Kuemper sneak back into the Vezina conversation?
anything is possible.
Because, like, you have to feel like Vasi is there.
Oh, for
obviously.
sure.
UC Saros continues. Nashville has to continue their success.
Yep.
And the only way that happens is if Saros continues that level of play. And Igor Shesterkin.
Yep.
Now, can Shesterkin continue that while the Rangers continue to bleed chances and
Totally collapse
shots every single
possession-wise?
night?
Yeah.
So, you just wonder, can those guys keep that up while Darcy Kuemper, behind an elite defense or behind an elite team, I'll say, kind of finds their legs?
We'll see. We'll see.
Because the Avs have taken flight. Like,
no doubt about that.
This is not them working their way through it. This is not that. They've taken flight.
Yeah, they're on a
don't-
17-game point streak.
Yeah, they still don't have a regulation loss this year.
That's so dumb.
LOL, Valentine's Day is coming up.
That's so dumb.
You know, like, it'll probably happen on Sunday because they just cannot win in Dallas.
I can't go more than a week without drinking a Mountain Dew, and the Avs have gone 40 days without a regulation loss.
Yeah.
It's insanity. Anyway, yeah, look, the Avs are in a ridiculous spot, so.
Yeah, I don't actually even know the last time that the Avs lost a home game in regulation, because the last
it was
loss that they
Arizona in overtime, or shootout, really, but.
No, in regulation, I'm saying, when was the last time
I don't know. I don't know.
At home, because the Columbus games, both of those games, or the one in Denver was
overtime. OT, yeah.
I don't even know. It was sometime in fucking October.
Was it that Blues game or something?
I think that was in St. Louis.
Was it in St. Louis?
Okay. 17 skater chaotic nonsense
yeah.
one? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. What does matter is you got to get over to DraftKings. Use code DNVR to sign up for a new account. Get in right now. You get 56-1 odds on the Super Bowl. Still coming up. You can win $280 in free bets, which is dope. Do that. But more importantly, if you get on there now, you can still enter for your chance to win $1 million bet for free on the Super Bowl. They're giving away 5 $1 million bets.
The Superb Owl?
The Superb Owl.
Or the NFL has all kinds of, weird,
Yeah.
You have to call it,
you have to
the big game.
Work around it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
The large contest.
It's not a problem for me because DraftKings is an official sports betting partner of the Super Bowl, so we're good.
It's easy, but it's just so funny to watch people, come up with clever names to call it the Super Bowl, and you're just like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Anyway, cereal container that is extra. It's the Super Bowl. Anyway, $1 million bet. They're giving away.
I think you associate bowls with cereal.
What? Yeah.
Really driving home the I never had a birthday after age 11 vibe that we collectively have going on this pod.
It was Vegas? Okay.
Where's
on October 26th. There you
go. Where's Blaze? We need an adult.
Tell me about it. He's too busy taking care of another child right now.
Yeah, it's true. Just turned 4.
Yeah. Congrats to little Blaze. I don't know his actual name.
Yeah. The littlest hunter.
The smallest hunter. There you go. Anyway, DraftKings Sportsbook. Go get your chance to win $1 million bet on the Super Bowl. $1 million is a lot of money if you didn't know. Use code DNVR when we sign up for a new account, too. Must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Other terms, restrictions, and conditions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Of course, if you have a gambling call 522-4700. I kind of got it in there. It's close enough. Also, Green Mountain Dental Group, go get your teeth taken care of. They are extremely good at what they do. The best family dentist in the Denver metro area, just 15 minutes from downtown Denver. When you get a cleaning, x-ray, and exam, you get a free Sonicare toothbrush from them. So go jump on it. Go get yourself some Green Mountain Dental. Do the thing. And then, with all the money you save by going to a dope dentist, you can sign up for a DNVR annual membership to get all of our awesome coverage. I got the inside scoop saying that pretty soon here, AJ is going to be dropping a dope article. So,
oh, it's true.
Keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yeah, I'll probably be up all night actually, stressing over
making sure everything's perfect.
Yeah,
it's the way it goes sometimes. But
I liked that last comment from Randy about Allie being best mom out there. 'Cause even in the Slack channel today. She had to roll in and tell all of us to stop it.
Yeah, it's true.
And I mean,
I
mean company-wide, all of us to stop it, not just the Avs people. She had to try and get every one of us in line because we were all pushing a questionable idea.
It was definitely would not have ended well, but I was here for it every step of the way.
Right, it was fun, right? It was gonna be fun.
But no, adults had to step in.
Yeah, the adult had it. She was even like, God, I have to be mom in here too, and I was like. Well, You and our are going to have 10,000 babies. It's going to be fun.
This is why we like Yahir, because he's like the stepdad of the pod that lets you do whatever you want on the show.
Yeah, he has no problem getting involved in the chaos with us.
Yeah. There you go. The fun uncle, for sure. Okay. I'm here for it. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I know we got a couple super chats. What is happening in the bar right now?
Godsmack.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But they're like singing along.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
I'm tempted.
Oh, God. $5 from Dylan. 85 total shots on goal in a game. Rules. Can this actually be a playoff matchup?
Well, if
please?
it's a playoff matchup, it's none of this like COVID year second round nonsense.
It's for the cup.
It's for the whole shebang-a-bang. You talk about the upstart Avs finally living up to the potential against the team trying to win 3 in a row.
That would be fun, man.
It's a fun storyline. And given the hockey that we just watched, it's going to be...
It would be a blast of a series.
The 2 games we've seen from them this year.
Have been baller.
2 great hockey games.
Okay. Thank you for the 5. 5 from D-Grow. Big 4-team confidence, I believe. Yeah. And, AJ talked about this a little bit earlier. You start off with a dub in a stretch of schedule that the Avs are going to play a bunch of tough games. You have Dallas twice on the road coming up. You have Vegas on a back-to-back. You start out with a win against Tampa. Not that there's a ton of pressure on this team to really win them all right now.
Sure.
But it takes some of that pressure off. You split at home, or you split on the road in Dallas. The back-to-back game is always going to be whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
But you got that win in your back pocket.
You hate that your Sega Babas coming up are both in Vegas.
Yeah. It's not great. You'd love to see those two go at it at full strength, or as full strength as Vegas chooses to be at any given time. But anyway, P.S. Be sure to tune in Monday. We got our boy Ken from Sinbin coming on the show to talk Vegas with us.
Come talk some Vegas with us. Talk about the Jack Eichel saga and the gymnastics routine that front office is about to perform to try and convince everybody that Mark Stone's quote-unquote degenerative back condition is absolutely as real as Marian Hosa's allergic to his equipment skin condition was.
It's about to be real for exactly 2.5 months, and then they're going to find a miracle cure, I suspect.
Dude, I tell you what, they're going to discover cortisone, and it's going to be on.
As real as the birds, confirmed. Mark Stone's injuries aren't real. You heard it here first.
Mark Stone's back is a drone. You've just connected all the dots.
Get it x-rayed just like I want goalie gloves, okay? Yeah, it's a ridiculously good position to be in. With the win, the Avs are officially by points back in the number 1 spot in the NHL, 1 point ahead of Florida. It's all good right now. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, the altitude kept pumping the standings difference.
Yeah.
And how the Avs rolled in with the huge, an 8-point lead over Nashville, and the other division leads were 3-2-1.
Yep.
And it was just like the Avs are like cruising, right? And now you're just in the same thing. I mean, they're just off and running. Okay, well.
Take care of business.
Yeah. Look, you can only beat the teams in front of you. Right now, it's just setting them up and knocking them down.
Yep. It don't get much easier than this stretch of games the Avs have played. So, enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, there will be some sort of a down streak at some point.
Eventually, it'll happen.
Yeah, but right now, I mean, you have to feel great about it because while the Avs did play down to some bad teams, they won those games.
Yep.
Save for the one Arizona game. They won all those games. All of them. They won those games. And then the games against the good teams, they got up for. And they won those games. So right now, I don't know how you could honestly be sitting here. I mean, that Objective Avs Twitter account has to be sitting there bored as fuck right now with nothing to complain about.
Look, just tweet Avs are good. You're done. You've made your tweet.
Dude, send out a tweet that says, the Avs are so dope. And you'll get 300 likes and 40 retweets, and people will just be like, yeah, true. I like what this guy's, I like the vibe this guy's giving off.
Let's see. I literally just tweeted out the letter W at the end of the game tonight, and I got over 100 likes. So
during that winning streak, I was just tweeting out the numbers of the wins. It's just working.
It's a good time to be in the Avs Nation right now. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I'm good. I'm good, Chad. Any final thoughts, AJ?
Games in Dallas are always a nightmare, so I have absolutely no expectations for a noon game in Dallas. Whether Nathan McKinnon comes back or not, I went back and looked, and they've won something like 4 games in Jared Bednar's entire tenure in Dallas.
Yeah, great, Bob.
Yeah, I think it's 4 games. Now I have no confidence in that. That sounds like a lot. Anyway, they don't ever win in Dallas. Does it? That's a problem for later. For right now, hell yeah. Tomorrow, trade deadline.
There you go. Bam. You know you can find it here on the DNVR Avalanche podcast. We got some stuff planned for you, so keep your eyes peeled for it. We're actually going to be live from the studio tomorrow, so be sure to tune in and catch some of our initial thoughts on trade deadline stuff. Got some cool graphics and stuff planned too, so tune into that one. We are out of here for the night. Thank you, everyone, for watching, listening, all that good stuff. We'll be back tomorrow at 1. Until then, we'll talk to you next time.